I never thought a simple request for help would completely unravel my relationship. You ever have one of those moments where you think, this is fine, right? Only to realize later that it was the first sign of something much bigger. That was my moment. Let me start from the beginning. I'm 25, and I've been dating my girlfriend Sarah for 6 years. Our relationship was smooth until recently. I've got a new job, a better one. The pay's great. The benefits are even better. But the hours, well, they suck. It's a 40+ hour work week, and I'm on the clock almost every weekend. But it's what I wanted, so no complaints there, right? Problem is, Sarah doesn't see it that way. She's been super negative about my new career. She's not a fan of the long hours, doesn't trust the people I work with, and she's convinced that everyone in my field is just waiting to cheat. Honestly, it's starting to feel like she's projecting her own insecurities on me. But I tried to reassure her. I said, it's not like that. It's just a job. Then came my new work partner. His name's Mike, and he's been a godsend. We've been spending a ton of time together 40 hours a week, at least, and he's been teaching me the ropes. Mike's married to Emily, and she's, well, a lot like me in terms of personality. We've hit it off, and honestly, it's been refreshing. After a while, we started talking about doing a double date, getting the partners together. It seemed like a good idea, right? But Sarah wasn't having any of it. She got super defensive, making comments about how she didn't want to be around those people. She didn't even want to meet Emily. I told her she was overthinking it, but she insisted that everyone at work was going to think she wasn't important enough to me, or that Mike would somehow replace her. I didn't get it, but I told her, it's not like that. Mike's just a friend. But the tension kept building. Fast forward a couple of weeks. I'm out at the bar with my cousin, and I bump into Mike and Emily. First time meeting Emily, and honestly, she was everything Sarah isn't. She's outgoing, bubbly, easy to talk to. The moment she knew who I was, she lit up and immediately started talking about all the fun things she'd heard about me. It was honestly kind of refreshing. Sarah would have never acted that way. They were so comfortable together, Mike and Emily, like they were in their own little world. And honestly, I was a little jealous. They just seemed so at ease. So when I admitted to Emily that Sarah had been worried about my field and the cheating rumors, Emily just laughed it off. It's just one of those things, she said. We all get that. At that moment, I realized something. Emily didn't have the baggage Sarah had. She wasn't constantly questioning my loyalty or making things more complicated than they needed to be. And I started to wonder if that's what I needed, a partner who trusted me, who wasn't constantly on edge. I tried to push the thought away, but it kept nagging at me. A few days later, things got worse. I had an early meeting in a city about an hour and a half away, and the night before, we were working late. I knew I was going to need help ironing my suit, but I didn't have time, so I called Sarah. I asked her to stop by my place. She has a key and set up my suit. Simple request, right? But she snapped. I'm busy, she said. You think I'm just your personal assistant? I didn't know what to say. I was stressed out, exhausted, and now my girlfriend wouldn't even help me out with something so basic. I didn't know what to do. So, I grabbed my stuff and went over to Mike's. I was still fuming. I didn't want to make a big deal of it, but I felt so frustrated. When I got there, Emily noticed right away that something was off. I ended up spilling everything to her how Sarah wouldn't help, how stressed I was about the whole situation. And you know what Emily did? She immediately got my suit ready. She didn't even hesitate. She didn't judge me for being upset. She didn't call me weak. She just helped. That moment, it hit me harder than I expected. Emily was supportive in a way Sarah never had been. I didn't even feel guilty for it. And when I finally made my way home that night, I couldn't shake the feeling that maybe I wasn't in the right relationship. Maybe I was settling for something that wasn't as fulfilling as it should be. I tried to brush it off, but the nagging feeling wouldn't go away. And then, to top it all off, Sarah accused me of trying to get closer to Emily. She was paranoid, convinced that Mike and Emily were trying to sleep with me. Now I'm sitting here, drinking a beer alone, wondering if this is even worth it anymore. The more I think about it, the more I realize that I'm not happy in this relationship. Sure, we've been together for 6 years, but am I really getting what I need? I don't have a crush on Emily, but I do find myself wishing that my relationship could be more like hers and Mike's. They don't have this tension. They don't have the constant feeling of being watched. They're just together. And now, I can't stop thinking about the differences. The way Emily and Mike interact, the way Sarah has been acting, the realization that maybe I'm in the wrong relationship. It's been creeping up on me. I'm not sure what to do next, but I can't shake the feeling that this is just the beginning. The more I try to justify staying in this relationship, the more I feel like I'm just making excuses. And the truth, I'm tired of making excuses. A couple of days after my conversation with Emily, things got messy. I wasn't sure what to expect when I told Sarah I needed to talk. I was hoping for some understanding, a little clarity. I thought we could work through it, but instead, it felt like I was walking into a trap. I started to feel lighter after we broke up. No more walking on eggshells. No more waiting for the other shoe to drop every time I did something she didn't approve of, and it felt like freedom. A little weird, maybe, but freedom. I tried texting her a couple of times after, but she wouldn't stop calling me names. She kept accusing me of leaving her for someone else, of being too close to Emily. It was like she couldn't see the real issue, even though I was trying to explain it to her. And then she did something I didn't expect. She deleted her Facebook and cut off all contact. It was like she disappeared from my life overnight. And you know what? I'm not even angry anymore. I don't hate her. I'm not wishing bad things on her. I just realized that I can't be in a relationship where I feel like I'm constantly fighting for air. For the first time in months, I woke up and didn't feel like I was suffocating. It was such a relief. But at the same time, I feel this strange mix of emotions: guilt, relief, maybe a little sadness for what could have been. I don't know. But for the first time, I feel like I'm finally making decisions for myself. A few days ago, I met up with Mike and Emily again. It felt normal, not forced, not stressful, just a couple of people hanging out. Emily made a joke about me being a workaholic and I laughed, something I hadn't done in a while. Mike told me that I looked like I was doing better. I didn't realize how much I'd needed that simple reminder that I am allowed to have a life outside of a toxic relationship. As for Sarah, I don't know what comes next. I don't know if she try to reach out again or if I'll hear from her anytime soon. Part of me feels like I'm waiting for some dramatic final closure, but maybe that's not necessary. Maybe the fact that she's gone from my life is closure enough. I still don't know if I made the right choice. Maybe I'll regret it, but at least now, I'm free to figure out what I really want, and in the end, maybe that's the most important thing. So, what do you think? Did I make the right choice? Or was I just a hasty? Some days I think I did. Others I feel like maybe I should have tried harder. What's your take on all of this?